Hello my friends, or I should say bonjour, because I've got a French watch for you today. Now don't click off quite yet, because there's a lot of good French watches out there. Now when I say French, this has been assembled in France, but does that mean it's been assembled well? The thing that drew me to this piece was I think it looks fantastic. It looks like an old-fashioned rotary aqua plunge, but with some stunning colours. It's a very attractive watch, but is that enough for you to splurge your money on one of these French beauties? Well, that's why you're here. So let's get stuck into this review. So here it is, this is it. This is the Electra Chronograph. It's under £300, about £268. They don't have bazillions of these, so they have limited numbers. And I would say, before you say that's far too expensive for me, just bear in mind what I'm about to say moving forward about this beautiful watch. Value is not just the price to spec ratio. Value is, do you like a thing and can you afford it? Do you weigh up liking it enough to pay that amount of money? That's where this kind of watch comes in, because yes, someone's going to say, you know what, I'll just go and buy an XYZ on AliExpress for a lot less money. So what are you getting for your money? Let's get some housekeeping done and get through those stats and specs so you know what you're getting. They all come with a rubber strap, 316L stainless steel case, you get sapphire crystal, aluminium bezel insert, lots of lovely lume there on the indices and the hands, multitude of very fun colours, all the same price. This is aping a beach with the sand and then the blue sea. Inside is the infamous, and in almost everything that's affordable, Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. Good quality FKM rubber strap on here. It's a 40mm case size. It's a chunky 13.4mm thick. The length is just under 48mm. Its screw down crown is 6.1mm, aiding for that 101 meters water resistance. No idea where the extra meter came from, but it's very welcome. Beautifully engraved case back, and the bezel is actually bidirectional friction bezel. So now you know the stats and specs. I'm going to tell you what I'm not so sure about, and then we'll finish on a high, which is what we always like to do on this channel, of why I think you should consider it seriously for your collection. I really don't care that it's assembled in France. I think if there was a way you could just say it was entirely assembled in China to make the price closer to £200, I think they should have done that. This has a ghost date position. It's a massive ick for me. And those of you who don't know what a ghost date position is, basically when you unscrew the crown, pop it out to maybe adjust the date, it's not there. Obviously for dial symmetry, they've expunged it, but that's annoying. I don't like there being something clicking away and I can't see it. The pushers for the Mecha Quartz Chronograph movement are just a bit too small. They don't look quite right. I'd have liked if they had a nicer design to them. They look a little bit dainty for the size and chunk of this case. I think overall the watch is too thick. Considering it's got a quartz movement, it's 13.4, bit too chunky. But I know that's kind of forced by this case design, but I still think they could have streamlined it and made it thinner. Have that as sort of more vintage aesthetic, but honed it down to a modern, thinner size, because why not? Because you can. The hands are difficult to see on my version. Legibility is sometimes a bit tricky, but that's common with light dials with light hands. But now we can move comfortably onto the highs of this piece. It's beautiful. I genuinely think it's a beautiful watch. The champagne dial contrasting with those pale blue subdials at 3 and 9, and then back to a champagne subdial at the 6. That's fun, it's playful, it looks good. And then that extra splash of colour with the sort of mid-colour blue on the tip of the chronograph hand, and also the first 10 minutes on the 9 o'clock subdial. It's just a lovely bit of fun play with colour, and I just think that's gorgeous. The lume is strong on this watch. Nice to have it in that bezel insert as well. The clarity of this AR coated sapphire is exceptional. It's a beautiful bit of sapphire in here. The case finishing is exceptional. The brushing and those little chamfers you get on the lugs, really nice. Just subtle enough to play with the light, and I love the finishing of the case back. It's been executed very well. The strap is very comfortable, very good quality, and it just is so comfortable on your wrist. I love this sort of vintage aesthetic with the playful colour, and the feel of this bi-directional bezel is actually really nice, super smooth, just enough weighting to it. It doesn't feel loose or sloppy or you're going to knock it. It just feels very nice, and it's something you can twiddle with. This is always a compliment to any watch that has it. I love the feel of the Mecha Quartz movement. When you push the pushers, it's a lovely, nice, clicky feeling. And it's just really satisfying to press and then press the reset button. It just snaps back nicely. Very good indeed. So there you have it. That's my take on this little beauty. I think it's très bien, and I would say I'd recommend one if you really like the styling and think it's very pretty and want something playful with its colours. Has that kind of vintage aesthetic without being too much of an homage to anything. It's got its own unique flair. Forget that it's French or not. If you just like the look of it and got the budget, treat yourself. Thanks for watching, and while you're here, just hit subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.